Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Charlotte Motor Speedway for the final race in the 2021 FBRL Napa Truck Series season. Ryan Dagby with his first pole of the year, second of his career with Blake Warren to his outside, Christian Vargas, Sebastian Kukul on row 2, AJ Jones, Cody Goforth row 3, with Chase Dunbar, Zachary DeLello row 4, and Malik Nevins and Lane Sanders row 5. Luke Martin, Ryan Butcher, Kyle Springer nowhere to be seen inside the top 10. As all of you know, the championship has been decided. Luke Martin is the 2021 Napa Truck Series champion, but we still have one race of action left for you guys here tonight. 67 laps around this 1.5 mile oval, and as everyone knows by now, this track will not be the finale for the Napa Truck Series in 2022. We'll be heading to the Papyrus Motorsports Park in the state of Massachusetts next season to crown a champion. Possibly could see a champion crown the race early again, but you never know. It's only happened twice in FBRL history. As we get to the back of the field, you see the drivers making the field in on a provisional. Nelson Reeves, Boston Jones, Joshua Michaels, and Brandon Morris round out the starting grid. Let's go trackside for the command to fire engines. Joining me in the booth this year, once again, two-time Sony Cup Series champion, 24 race winner, Richard Johnson.
Thank you for the intro, Zachary Rogers. We are here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the NTS Truck Series finale at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ryan Dagby is on our pole, and to his outside looks like the number 6 of TJ Smith.
That's the number 8 of Blake Warren.
We have already messed up. This is going to be a very interesting event today, and we are ready for fun. Zach?
Yeah, it seems Richard's age is showing already as he cannot discern a 8 from a 6, but we will pretend that didn't happen. And we're getting ready to go racing here. Pit window is expected to be 31 to 34 laps with fall off up to 3.5 seconds. The championship has been decided, but there's still a race to be won. Green flag is out. We are underway at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
I'm just going to say publicly I hate you for that comment.
I think people are having Atlanta stream flashbacks already from the Sony Cup Series race. Dagby will lead him down the back straightaway as Vargas is side by side with Blake Warren into turn 3.
Christian Vargas making move to the inside. Looks like he is going to remain side by side with Blake Warren coming off that corner, allowing Ryan Dagby to check out to a lead.
Dagby will lead the first lap. I believe this is the first time Dagby has led a race since his Puke Kohei win back in the summer. So you see some of the drivers there were sliding up the groove in turns 1 and 2. Richard, can you explain how the grooves here at Charlotte can work to your benefit or your downfall? They're 3 wide.
The way it's looking right now, keeping it to the bottom is probably the way to go. Let that car roll through the apex as well as it can, and just do everything you can to manage your tires. There's a ton of fallout, so I can imagine trucks are going to be sliding up and down the track all night, so wherever you position your vehicle is definitely going to be important. Timing your passes out so you don't wear those tires.
Chase Dunbar for Caesar Autosport with an impressive qualifying effort of 7th place, but he is struggling here in the pack early on in this one, being put 3 wide now for the second time with Goforth and Aiden Smith to his inside. Goforth will back out and file into the middle lane. They're really getting racy up here. That's Kukulon and AJ Jones. Now Malik Nevins looking to the inside. 3 wide, make it 2 wide into turn 3. No, single file.
Leader of Ryan Dagby. Right now the gap remains stagnant between him and the 51 of Christian Vargas. Right now your 3rd place driver is AJ Jones right into the picture.
Oh, that's Blake Warren in 3rd, AJ Jones in 4th.
I can't read. I give up.
We got to get Richard glasses.
We gotta get me glasses, and I probably should retire.
Zachary DeLello with an aggressive move to the inside of Malik Nevins. That is for 6th place. As the championship winner, Luke Martin, is back here in the pack, along with Ryan Butcher and Kyle Springer. Luke started just outside of the top 20, while Butcher started outside the top 20, and Springer started 35th. And they are in the Hornet's Nest right now here in the middle of the pack.
Luke Martin doing everything he can to try to get to the front. We are 3 by 3 here in the middle of the pack at Charlotte Motor Speedway. This could end badly here. It looks like Luke Martin's doing everything he can. He's trying to get out of the thick of it right now.
You see Tyler Black to Butcher's outside. Black coming so close to a win back at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Ford has yet to win now in over a year. And you see the top side really check up there. Black having to check up as well, as he's got Kyle Vaughters to his inside. Dagby, though, with a strong hold over the lead, but Christian Vargas right there on his bumper, as now Blake Warren closes up to the bumper of the 51. And they've extended a little bit of a gap back to 4th place's Sebastian Kugelon.
Still got a battle for 5th place going on right now with Zachary DeLeo and Malik Nevins. Looks like the 75 is going to take that spot, actually. That's
the 30, 35.
I'm going to blame Discord. Just for your information, everybody. I woke up about 5 minutes before we started this, and that Discord is failing me. That is a 3 now that we go to a different angle. I can actually see.
I will also blame my internet partially on this one, because this has been a recurring problem when streaming races on Discord.
This is not my fault. You know there was no way I was going to be able to be professional about this. It's too hard for me.
Well, as long as we're not throwing out F-bombs like Noah did back at Richmond, I think we're okay. Meanwhile, Blake Warren looking to the inside of Vargas for 2nd place, as they are in the wall in the back. That's Dunbar, Alexa Luchon.
There they go.
Oh, and Dunbar will hit the inside wall. Caution flag out on the racetrack.
Dunbar hits the tires, it looks like, right at the gap. No, there's no tires down there. The wall cap head on into the black wall. That's probably going to hurt.
And the front end of that number 67 Champion Spark Plugs Ram. Champion Spark Plugs, if I can enunciate over here. It's messed up. We'll just leave it at that. It is messed up. Caution is out. Dagby is the leader, and we only got to go 10 laps there. But Ryan Butcher up to 10th place. Luke Martin right behind him in 11th, and Kyle Springer in 12th. So these 3 started near the back, mid-pack area, and they have made their way towards the top 10. Expecting everybody to come down to pit here for 4 tires and fuel, and we'll take a look at that accident. Dunbar was in a 3-wide battle just outside the top 10 with Alexa Luchon and Lane Sanders. You see Dunbar drifts up the track, gets it in the outside wall. Now they're 4-wide, contact with Luchon and the Aiden Smith, bouncing back and forth, then finally into Griffin Label McDermott. And boom, around with the 67 and into that opening there on the back straightaway. Actually doesn't look like it was that hard of an impact on second glance. So that 67 truck might continue just yet. But Richard, you must know as well as anyone that having no control over your race car is not fun.
No, it is not, and it's definitely going to hurt for the 67 Monster Energy truck here going forward. But, you know, anything can happen in this race. We've got a long way to go, and we're going to just have to find out if he can continue and see what he can manage.
Let's get y'all to the race restart. Getting ready to go back racing. We have 53 laps of action left. Dagby is still the race leader. Chase Dunbar still on track with the front nose repaired. Christian Vargas, Sebastian Kugelon, AJ Jones, Zachary DeLello, the top 5. Larry Hagan, Kyle Springer, Ryan Butcher, Blake Warren, Cody Goforth, the top 10. Pace struck down pit road, and we are green flag racing once again. I tried to find some glasses for Richard here, but I just don't got a pair in the booth.
There ain't a pair strong enough for me.
That's alright. At least Richard's not colorblind. That would be a big problem.
Kyle Springer got a really good restart there. He's already to the inside of the 51, and he's heading up to the front right now. He's going 3 wide on the 83 of Zachary DeLillo.
This is a battle for second place. Kukulon took it from Vargas there through 1 and 2. Now they are 3 wide behind race leader Ryan Dagby, and Dagby must be glad he is not back there because this looks nasty. Kukulon is gonna get up into the outside wall. That's rough. Oh, Larry Hagan, what a save!
That was almost bad there for Larry Hagan in the 88, but he saved it. There's still 3 wide throughout this pack. But out of all that,
Springer got up to second, DeLillo up to third. What a run for the 83 team. And Dagby pulling away in the race lead. Vargas gonna try and make use of that top side. Look at the run there. Teammate Lane Sanders behind him.
and here comes Luke Martin up through the field. Where did he come from? We don't know, but he has made his way up into this top 5 battling for 5th place.
Luke Martin has not led a lap in the last 2 races. It's something he's done in almost every race this season, is lead a lap. If he can get 3 laps led tonight, he'll have led 500 laps on the season out of 1,380 total laps. By night's end, that will have been the total. Don't look now, Ryan Dagby. Your teammate is closing up to battle you for the race lead. Kyle Springer has not had a top 10 finish in the last 6 races.
Kyle Springer may not be able to win this championship, but he wants to go with a bang, and if he can beat Luke Martin tonight, that would definitely feel good if he did on the racetrack.
Luke Martin battling here with Ryan Butcher for 3rd place. These two have been at it a lot the last 6 races. In fact, Butcher has won 4 of the last 6. Martin with just 1 win in those last 6, and Jordan Fisher winning the other race there at Atlanta. And Martin will complete the pass on Butcher for 3rd for now, but Butcher looking to cross him back over. In the turn 1 to go side by side. Martin drifting up to the top line.
And the more of these guys battle, the more those 2 teammates up there are going to pull away.
You're going to look back at the back half of the top 10. Vargas, Lane Sanders, Hagan, and Blake Warren. Warren has now fallen down to 10th after being top 3 on the first run. AJ Jones side by side with Aiden Smith. 3 wide almost is Griffin, Label McDermott, Malik Nevins, and Kukulon, and they are indeed 3 wide. And how about this man right here, Nick Breeding, inside the top 20 for Sanders Performance Auto Racing. What a run by this team. Usually see them back 25th, if not lower. And what a run. He just passed Tyler Black for 17th place.
Malik Nevins has found his way all the way that far back as well. He's fallen all the way back to 15th. He's outside the top 15 now. 87 of Nick Breeding is trying to pass him. He was up front earlier.
Nick Breeding is doing a great job at charging his way forward. He's heading up to the Hardee's National Series next year to drive for Rodriguez Racing, looking to get a championship under his name. As we look back here for some other drivers such as Kyle Vaughters, Brett Houck, they'll be back in the Napa Truck Series full-time. These two will actually be on the same team next year, driving for Team Velocity. Vaughters has run a part-time schedule for Tommy Roberts Racing this year. Houck has been full-time in the 40 for Texan. Texan, of course, selling to Coyote Autosport. But those two will be in or on the same team next year. How about Dewey Schramm III, currently running outside the top 25. Dewey got that lone win back at Pensacola, a triumphant win for Gatlin Downey Incorporated, who likely thought Malik Nevins would get them their first win as a team down here. So you see Huck Davis, Christopher Jones, and others struggling back here. Ace Wild, who's been running a lot of races in the Sony Cup Series for Martin Motorsports. He'll be driving for their truck team next year. As Rubino Gonzalez and Joshua Michaels of Team Velocity also struggling. So all 3 Velocity trucks struggling here tonight, along with Nelson Reeves, Brandon Morris, and the damaged Chase Dunbar. As we go back to the front of the field, it is still Ryan Dagby in the lead, but Gatlin Downey has made it up to 3rd place, and the Lello has started to fade back a ways. He is down to 7th. And Richard, I want to ask you this track with the heavy tire wear, how important is it to manage your tires? I know it's very important in the Cup Series because of the higher speeds and whatnot, but these trucks are very draft reliant as Martin's going to make a 3-wide move here for 2nd.
It is definitely very important, very important, to try to find that precise line and try to hit it every single lap. But I tell you what, right now, that 15 truck with Luke Martin, he looks very strong. He's running side by side here with the 80 of Ryan Butcher for a few laps, and now he just went 3 wide with the 56 of Kyle Springer and the 70 truck of Gatlin Downey, and he passed right by both of them. So you better watch out for him. He's coming for the front.
We see his teammates Larry Hagan in the 88 and Blake Warren in the 8 right behind them inside the top 10. And the 3 teams have really come alive here this year, showing themselves to be the dominant teams in the series after the end of 2020. And they are S3 Motorsports with Chevy, Anja Auto with Toyota, that's the 70, 80, and the 4. And then Breeding Enterprises of the 8, 15, and 88. S3 is the 5, 25, and 56 for those unaware. So those 3 teams have shown themselves to be the dominant teams. As far as the Ford camp goes, it is arguably Single Z Racing with the 77, 84, and 92. And that's each manufacturer's top team. And with Mercedes coming in next year, it's going to be interesting who is the better team between Flipside Motorsports and Silver Fox Motorsports.
Here comes Larry Hagan trying to sneak his way into the top 5. The 56 of Cal Springer runs way up the track there. Looks like he's going to clear him off the corner. He does.
Got that nice outside line run to defend. But Martin is all over the bumper of Ryan Dagby, but he'll slide up here in 3 and 4. Butcher looking to his inside. They're closing in on the halfway mark. These drivers still have a pit stop to make. Expect that pit stop to come around lap 43 to 47. And these guys will be good to go to the end.
Ryan Dagby seeing exactly what he wants to see in his mirror right now. Cars going side by side, making moves on each other. Hopefully it'll help him manage his tires. Be interesting to see if Luke Martin does have a better car than Ryan Dagby.
Butcher to the inside of Luke Martin for 2nd place now. Butcher, all but one of Butcher's Napa Truck Series wins have come on intermediate tracks. He won at New Hampshire for the first time in his career. That was back in 2019 when this was called the Napa Pro Series. Last year he won at the Indianapolis Raceway Park. That's his lone non-intermediate win. As well as Atlanta Motor Speedway. And this year he has won 5 times. He's won at Phoenix, Springfield, Chicagoland, Homestead, and Rockingham so far, and he would love to add Charlotte to the list before moving up to the Hardee's National Series next season. Another thing Butcher would like to do is to have the all-time wins record over Luke Martin. He has 8 career wins to Martin's 7 coming into tonight. Go ahead, Richard. I am sorry for cutting you off.
No, I was just gonna say it's gonna be interesting to see how pit stops play into roll here, because you got the top 4 all right on the back bumper of each other, and still 10 cars within about a second and a half of each other. So I think that's gonna be the make or break play here.
Martin to the inside of Dagby for the lead on the back straightaway. Butcher's gonna make it 3 wide. Help from teammate Gatlin Downey. And they will clear Dagby. Dagby led the first 32 laps, and there's a lap led for Luke Martin. 2 more laps to 500. And now Dagby finds himself drafting with Luke Martin against 2 Toyotas. As Kukulon, Springer, Cody Goforth look to close from behind. They are dead even down the back straightaway.
Well, if he's going to break that number, he's definitely going to earn it tonight. These teammates are very strong. Ryan Dagby's been strong the whole race, and keep an eye out for Sebastian Kukl on there in the 92. He's just watching it all happen right now.
There's another lap led. Martin had the support of the draft off the corner. One more lap now. Dagby's pushing Ryan Butcher. Downey to the top. And Kukl closing up. Here comes Springer. Here comes Goforth. Butcher, though, still has not given up on fighting for this race lead with Luke Martin. This is now going on 3 laps of side-by-side racing for the lead, Richard. This is incredible, and Butcher leads that lap.
I am out of my seat here, folks. I don't even know what to say anymore. We're still side-by-side going into turn 1 and 2.
Well, Luke got a really good middle of the corner, but Butcher fights back on exit. Now it's Kukl drafting the 80 of Ryan Butcher.
Ryan Dagby trying to charge back up and get back what he has had for most of the race, and that's clean air and track position.
There it is. That's number 500. 500 laps led for champion Luke Martin on the season. That's likely a mark we will never see beaten, as last year's record was 180 laps by Will Goss. And it looks like the caution might be out because I am seeing a lack of trucks back here. Dagby's going to go 3 wide for the lead, racing back to the line. That pushes Martin up the track.
The caution is out.
Oh, and there is a ton of smoke here on the front straightaway. Martin will get it at the line.
501. Interesting to see what happened here.
Oh, and there is a lot of engine smoke. Oh, who is that? Man.
We got junk. We got junk.
Griffin Label McDermott, Tyler Black, KT Larson, Ace Wild, Francois Chastain, Huck Davis, Kyle Vaughters. Who is that? That is... Oh, that's the 33 of Ricky Freeman Jr. The 57 of Christopher Jones is down to the pit lane. Oh, Roberto Crown Jr. is destroyed. Aiden Smith is destroyed. Malik Nevin's truck is destroyed.
Oh my god.
That appears to be the extent of the damage. No, Bilson with damage. TJ Smith, Benny Watson. This will take everyone down to the pit lane. Luke Martin will lead them in, but disaster strikes here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're going to go take a look at this replay. Taking a look at the replay, this was for a position outside the top 10. AJ slides up, checks up, and oh man, Tyler Black gets into him, and it's on from there. Nevins, Aiden Smith, up and over goes the 35, and oh, Tyler Black gets drilled. Aiden Smith gets drilled. AJ Jones does a bit of a tumble.
Pure carnage.
Pure carnage indeed, and it kind of makes you wonder. Was Tyler Black thinking about Finland coming off of turn 4, because that just might have been payback.
I was going to mention this earlier, but it looks like also that the 87 of Nick Breeding got some front end damage from that as well.
We're going to have to take a slow motion look at this one. There is a lot to cover here. Alright, to the slow-mo cam we go. You see, it looks like Black was trying to jump in line there, but he just clips AJ. Oh, and Griffin Lapel McDermott is an innocent bystander in that Weeb truck of his. Or whatever the sponsor on that pink truck is, I'm sorry. But Black gets spun through the grass. AJ hits the outside wall hard. JD Martin gets involved. That's where Nevins gets into it. And Aiden Smith, I don't think he ever lifted, because, man, look at the impact there. We saw...
Looks like a blockage is created, and there's nowhere for these guys to go.
We saw a lot of the impacts ahead. I want to see what else happened to AJ Jones here. He gets his truck back going straight. There's a lot of smoke on the front straightaway. Perhaps someone didn't see him in time. That's what I'm guessing. You see a lot of trucks go by, and oh yeah, Roberto Crown Jr. tried to turn to the left at the last second, couldn't do it. Oh, and then Ace Wild and Bilson just pile drive AJ Jones onto his side.
Not really much Ace Wild could do there.
AJ goes upside down, and then he's going to do the old disco twist here in the grass. I give that a solid 8.5 out of 10. Richard, what do you think?
I give it an 8.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of tempted to give it a 1.2 because of the number, but I think an 8.5 is a decent score there. Let's take some onboards. On board with the 77 of Tyler Black. And a lot of spinning for the driver of the 77. On board with Aiden Smith. Oh yeah, he never lifted. Never lifted. Oh, and then karma is instant here. Everybody else is like, yeah, why should we lift? Bam, bam, bam. Oh, just endless.
Lots of yeets.
Lots of yeets. But Aiden's night is done, and hopefully he learns to lift for people in his full-time campaign next year. Disaster strikes again for the second week in a row. Alexa Luchon's Enger expiring off the pit lane. Flat tire at Rockingham did her in for a good run, and now an engine expires here. And Porkins Crunchyroll Incorporated last race in the Napa Truck Series, an engine failure. And then a week ago, a tire failure. So not the way PCI wanted to end their tenure in the Napa Truck Series. But sometimes that's just the way it goes. Getting ready to go back racing. We'll have 26 laps of action to go. Out of the race, Ace Wild, Roberto Crown Jr., AJ Jones, KT Larson, Kyle Vaughters, Christopher Jones, Francois Chastain, Griffin Label McDermott, Malik Nevins, Aiden Smith, Ricky Freeman Jr., TJ Smith, Benny Watson, and Alexa Luchon is done with an engine failure. Huck Davis and Tyler Black are a lap down. Luke Martin, Ryan Butcher, Ryan Dagby, Gatlin Downey, Kyle Springer lead him to the green, and oh my goodness, that 77 truck is slow. And Nick Breeding's going to be the first one held up.
Cars scattering everywhere trying to get around and destroyed number 77 truck of Tyler Black. Nowhere for anybody to go. This could end badly.
And that is going to create a split here. Hagen, Hauk, and Vargas are now trying to pass the 41 of Huck Davis. But that has allowed the top 8 to pull away, and Butcher to the race lead. Wasting no time at all. And Dagby's gonna almost get into him. Sliding up, that opens the hole for Gatlin Downey. But Ryan Butcher to the point. After a hard-fought battle with Luke Martin on the last run, Martin now stuck on the top side. Can he do anything to get back up to Ryan Butcher?
Going to be a hard battle. We're going to have to see these guys probably have to show some patience here so that 80 doesn't pull away at Ryan Butcher, because he's starting to create a gap there, and it looks like Dagby's going to get clear now, but Luke Martin is stuck on that outside.
Gatlin Downey in third. Where did Lane Sanders come from?
Where did Cody Gorforth come from?
Driver of the 54 is coming alive here. Cody Goforth too, as you mentioned. Look at Lane go to the inside of Downey. Is he going to make quick work of him? Yes, he is. Up to P3. Did this 54 team make a good adjustment there on the pit stop? Dagby trying to close up to Ryan Butcher, but he is stagnant there off of turn 4. But Lane Sanders closing up right to his bumper. Geez, Dagby is going to go to the middle, as I had a little bit of a hiccup right there.
Lane Sanders to the inside of Ryan Dagby heading into turn 3. Luke Martin with a huge run. He's coming back as well.
Put Lane Sanders up to second place. This man's been shot out of a cannon. Butcher extending his lead out now to 0.4 of a second. Can Lane do anything to close the distance? They are 3 wide behind them. That's Vargas, Springer, and Goforth there for a moment. As Larry Hagan, Brett Houck, and Blake Warren round out the drivers close to the front pack here. They've been very spread out by lap traffic. Martin to the inside of Lane Sanders now for second place. Eyeing the back bumper of that number 80 Shreddy Life Toyota.
Now can Luke Martin run down the number 80 truck of Ryan Butcher? We're going to find out here as Ryan Dagby takes another peek back to the inside of Lane Sanders and Galen Downey going right with him.
And it looks like Lane might have had a short run truck there as he is starting to find himself falling backwards on the top. 19 laps to go there at the start-finish line.
Looks like Galen Downey's actually got a little bit of rear end damage. I'm interested to see if it's actually helping that truck or if it's hurting that truck.
And we're hearing there might have been contact with somebody on the pit lane. But yeah, that back end is pushed in. I think it might loosen him up a little bit, but I'm not sure if it would help him down the straightaway. That back end is crinkled.
I guess time will tell.
Side by side, he races with Lane Sanders. Let's take a look through the field. This is the top 10, and then Brett Houck is the first man outside of it by himself in 11th. Dewey Schramm the 3rd, 12th. Nick Breeding 13th. DeLello 14th. Man, Joshua Michaels was outside of the top 35 at the beginning of this race. He is in 15th right now. Sebastian Kugelon 16th. Boston Jones 17th. Brandon Moore's 18th. They were all way in the back. Same with Rubino Gonzalez and Nelson Reeves. Man, Richard, this is why sometimes being slow as all heck can keep you out of the big one. And now they're looking at top 20 finishes.
It definitely helps, and it'll be definitely a good finish for a lot of these teams.
See J.D. Martin with damage from the wreck. He is 21st. Chase Dunbar, who was the first guy to spin, looked like he was set on finishing last. He is up to 22nd place now. Good rebound for them. There is a lot of battling going on around the top 30 bubble and owners points. I don't have that up, so I can't really give a live update on that. But I'm sure there are going to be a lot of swings with the drivers that we saw get in an accident here tonight. So Bob Burns and Zachary Bilson, last two drivers on the lead lap, as Huck Davis is in front of the three. Where is Tyler Black? Oh, the leaders actually just caught Tyler Black to put him a lap down. We are actually hearing that this 77 machine can't get it in 4th gear. There you can see he is not in 4th gear, and he is running about 2.5 seconds off the pace. But the FBRL officials have allowed him to stay on the track. He's not dropping any debris, and he didn't really get in anybody's way there, so I think they're going to let him ride this one out. But neither...
He's reaching minimum speed, so you can go out there and pull some Amber Cope action, you know, if you get the hint.
Oh, man. Right now, it looks like Butcher still ahead of Luke Martin. Ryan Dagby within range. It looks like perhaps Vargas on back was held up by Tyler Black. But they appear to be still sniffing the draft of the 5. They might have a chance at this thing yet, as Blake Warren has found his way up to 5th place. Warren was down in 10th a couple of laps ago.
Looks like that whole situation now, Blake Warren, I'll see if he can make a closing charge here, even though the top 3 have created a big gap here. Luke Martin's still trying to close in on leader Ryan Butcher. You know, if those guys get up there battling, you know, there could still be a chance for a bunch of these guys yet.
There'll be 12 laps to go here at the start-finish line. Fastest lap on the race belongs to the 51 of Christian Vargas, a 29.122. Fastest lap in practice was a 29.293, set by your champion, Luke Martin. I actually should mention some of the battles going on here in the points. There is a battle for 3rd in the standings between Downey and Springer. 16-point difference there coming in. Blake Warren is 14 points behind Springer. And Tyler Black was 30 points behind Warren coming into this race, but he has no shot at jumping him now. So I believe the top 5 in the standings is set. It is just a matter of who positions where out of Downey, Springer, and Blake Warren. But I believe with where they're running, there's not really a chance for any of them to jump one another unless Downey can get up here, finish top 3, and have Springer fall down to 10th, which Springer is in 10th right now.
Got a battle back here for the 7th position between the 88 of Larry Hagan and the 84 of Cody Goforth going on as they go right by Lane Sanders at the 54.
I'm going to move Hagan up to 7th, Goforth up to 8th. So yeah, it really looked like Sanders maybe had a short run truck there before, but he is going to fight back here against Cody Goforth.
Last race of the season, you got nothing to lose. You're going to go for everything you can get. As right now, Ryan Butcher, things are looking very good for him, but Luke Martin isn't going to let him get away with it easy. Looks like Ryan Dagby's kind of fallen off a little bit there, so it might come down to these two.
And it's been pretty much down to these two. The last 6 races or so, we saw Butcher claw his way through the field at Springfield for a win. Outdueled Luke Martin at Chicagoland and Homestead. Atlanta, Luke wasn't really near the front. Butcher had a chance at a win there, but he got bested by his teammate Jordan Fisher. And then last week at Rockingham, Butcher had a commanding lead, but lap traffic made it very interesting. And I believe they might catch Huck Davis and Zachary Bilson. I think there's a chance.
Oh, yeah. See how they will get around him here. Hopefully it'll be a safe transition.
Coming to 6 laps to go. Margin that time by at the line. Appears to be staying the same. Indeed it did. So those two were almost even last time by. Still 0.4 of a second lead for Ryan Butcher.
Ryan Butcher going to get some draft from these lap trucks as well. It's going to be interesting to see how they play a factor as they go side by side, run in front of the leader. They're probably going to catch him about a lap or two.
This is not for position, and they're going to catch him right now.
Looks like they're going to get it started out. Did they?
Davis.
They did get back single file at least.
Davis clears.
The inside.
Butcher goes to the inside of Bilson and the inside of Huck Davis.
Oh, he's going to have to back up his turn here, but it looks like he's going to get by pretty clean, and they're going to be right in front of Luke Martin here off the corner.
They get by and oh! Luke Martin was like, you are not passing this man right now.
Luke Martin's just like, get out of the way.
Zachary Bilson's going to be driving for Breeding Enterprises next season. In fact, so kind of interesting to see what the Breeding Enterprises power can do for you when you're approaching lap traffic that is 1.5 seconds off the pace.
It's looking like Ryan Butcher is going to be home 3. I don't believe Luke Martin can make up that gap in time. In fact, now third on back is catching these 2 lap trucks as we speak.
And the Breeding Enterprises lineup next year of Bilson, Malik Nevins, and Alexander Rowe is going to be interesting to watch against Anjado's Jordan Fisher, Edward Siemba, and Bob Burns. Those 2 lineups I am very looking forward to watching. Got to add S3 onto that with Dagby, Springer, and Griffin Label McDermott all making a return. I believe that is the only team with all 3 drivers returning out of 3 truck teams. As Single C Racing will see Cody Goforth return. They've signed Ricky Freeman Jr. and Lane Sanders to drive for their team next year. But a lot of silly season stuff that we've covered over the year. But coming to the white flag, 1 lap to go in 2021 as some drivers are short on fuel. It's Tyler Black and JD Martin. And that will prevent more lap traffic here. It's down to these two. If Martin's got anything for Butcher, he's got to do it on this last lap, or Ryan Butcher will have won 5 of the last 7 races, getting career win number 9 and his 6th win on the season. 69, nice.
Yes, coming into turns 3 and 4, it looks like Ryan Butcher is going to bring her on home. Coming off at turn 4, Ryan Butcher is going to win the finale here in the NTS Truck Series at Charlotte.
Indeed, Ryan Butcher with his 6th Napa Truck Series win on the season. 9th win of his career. All-time record mark extended now over Luke Martin, who has 7 career wins. And we mentioned it last week, Luke Martin, your 2021 Napa Truck Series champion. It looked like, well, not looked like, but the battle for the first half of the year was between Luke Martin and Kyle Springer in the championship. And then it came down to really these two right here. And Kyle Springer will finish 10th tonight, so he will not go out of the year without a top 10 finish. Blake Warren comes home 3rd. Ryan Dagby 4th. Christian Vargas 5th. Lane Sanders 6th. Downey 7th. Hagan 8th. Goforth 9th. And as mentioned, Springer rounded out the top 10. Great runs for guys like Dewey Schramm III, Nick Breeding, Joshua Michaels, Rubino Gonzalez, Nelson Reeves, Boston Jones, and Brandon Morris, among some others. But a huge crash earlier in the race tonight. Took out a lot of the competition. And yeah, that pretty much does it here for us. I want to thank Richard Johnson once again for joining me in the booth, despite the goofs, and fun as always.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and you're a goof, and hopefully I will be up here again.
And time will tell on that matter, but thank you everybody for watching the Napa Truck Series in 2021. My first full year of commentating this series, running this series. It was a ton of fun. I look forward to 2022. Let's get you to the burnout. We'll have final results from this race and the top 10 in the point standings scrolling down the screen. And of course, the best instrumental track of all time. Well, I don't know about all time, but Ryan Butcher likes to hear this after a race win. So that's all I'll say. I won't delay us any longer. And let's get y'all to that burnout. And I'll see y'all in 2022. Ryan Butcher, race winner once again. And that is all she wrote. Bye-bye.